Bones to domes, boy, the intention is not to hurt you, it's to murk you. If you go against me in the square circle, let my hands do the talking, I let you do the verbal. Eat this knuckle sandwich that a chico about to serve you. Better listen up, the other team been talking tough. DJ Tony grabbed the mic cause this dude will not shut up. Ain't no standing name count, but I think I've had enough. In the famous words of Jeff Houston, time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Take me up, I've been throwing uppercuts. Bones to dome podcast, turn me up. It's time to knuckle up. You know it. With DJ Tony, time to knuckle up. Jeff Houston, it's time to knuckle up. I am Vince Serrano.
It's all about you.
It's time to knuckle up.
It's about how you make yourself different from the rest.
It's time to knuckle up. It's time to knuckle up.
What up, everybody? Bones to Domes. We are here in your living rooms, on your telephone, even in the private places where you may not even make mention to your neighbors. But guess what? We're there too. Bones to Domes is ready to go. I am Jeff Houston, and with me, as always, is my partner in crime or partner in slime, Anthony DJ Tony. What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good start to their week so far. Going to, it's gonna be a great show, man. We got two great guests on. Oh, look at that. We
finally got the fucking cut man to say hello. I love it.
We got to get you on the show ASAP, big dog.
Absolutely.
Hope everybody's having
and Wesley
start to their week.
Put that back what Wesley said. Actually,
Wesley, boom.
I made a hello video especially for Peyton for
Nice.
Wesley. Wesley was with us over there at the Canada debut of Bkfc Prospect Series. Got a lot to talk about this show. I'm going to give a Prospect Series recap. Tony, I know the situation with everybody. Some people are there, some people aren't. This is one of those shows that I truly wish that you were there. This was really, really something special, and it was our second time with the 16-foot squared circle. And I'm going to be honest with you. Each time I see it put into use, I love it that much more. The first time I was sold, this time around, I'm sold even more. It was really fucking awesome. So lots to talk about there. We got two guests coming up, talking about the upcoming shows that we've got coming up. And a lot of bombs were dropped today on the Bare Knuckle Show, of course, with our boy Brian Sosha. And I'm going to tell you, our boss, man, he loves to drop those bombs. Does he not?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Tony, that's right. You know what?
I heard.
You know what?
I was going to
say. I'm going to address that.
I heard Chris Lytle and Sean Wheelock talking about it on the broadcast.
We were trying to. When you're on a broadcast, you don't want to point any fingers.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that, unfortunately. But there was a specific cause to the that look at that. That's there he is, one of the half of the number one contenders for the Bkfc light heavyweight title. I am excited for the Archangel having that opportunity, which we're going to talk about more. But let's get back to a first, which happened for Bkfc before we bring on our guests. So we had our boy, who's probably one of the most enthusiastic in-ring appearances that I have ever seen in Bkfc history. Well, maybe a little too overzealous, because he basically did kind of like a kickoff off one of the sides and did a single foot plant down and went right through.
Oh, shit. And
went right through. You got to figure that's 260 pounds coming right down. We thought everything was all right. But when Big Dan and I walked over that area, it sunk. It sunk in. And we're like, what the hell? I'm like, what the fuck happened? But yeah, that was unfortunately what happened. But our Bkfc crew hustled. There was probably about a 10, I give it anywhere from 10 to maybe 12, 13 minutes delay. A lot of people were wondering what was going on, but they fixed that ring and, more importantly, made it safe for the rest of the night. If it was going to happen, I am glad that it happened when it did, because we were approaching, because that was the feature fight. So we only had 2 fights to go after that. So yes, he did. He did. He took a piece home with him. But I guarantee you, good thing about this is, Tony, there's a good thing about this, because now there's something else to talk about in the pre-fight meetings. There's another don'ts. I know that we've got a whole list. We've got those 10, 12 commandments. Don't when it comes to what not to do in the squared circle. But this one is one that I definitely believe that the fighters can. And when he gets back in the ring, he jumps up on the rope. He jumps up on the ropes like everything. I'm like, oh my God, dude. I'm like, dude, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. They're like, get the fuck down, everything. I'm just like, we've had overzealous guys before, and unfortunately that happens. But this one, I got to say, Ruben took the cake. But I would like to see him back again. I would like to see him back again, Tony.
All right. Well, we'll get back into that in a little bit.
Will.
We do have our first guest in the waiting room.
Of course,
so let's go ahead and bring him in. The one and only, the juggernaut, Lorenzo Hunt.
The juggernaut. Look at that majestic look. Look at that majestic look. I mean, fuck looking at the camera. The camera has to look at me. Camera's got to look at me, motherfuckers.
What's up, fellas?
How you doing, champ?
Man.
How you doing, champ?
Man. I'm loving the top like I'm supposed to.
Oh, you are. I'm gonna tell you, man. But Jesus Christ, man, so much going on in the world of the juggernaut, man. Shaking shit up like only that you can, man. I mean, we've got so much to talk about. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, the move that you made, I respect 100%, because we all knew those 2 lovely belts over your shoulder. You had one focus. You had one focus, and that focus was the World Heavyweight Championship. Now that focus is a reality. So this is what I'm saying. Nobody's told me anything, but if I were the juggernaut, this is how I would look at it. I get that heavyweight strap over my shoulder. Then I'd circle back around. I'd circle back around and make that 3-seat champion what you've been looking for, brother.
Mm-hmm. I'm the 3-seat champion, no matter what.
There it is.
These guys have to accept it, that when I said ain't no champ unless I say so, I meant it. Anybody who's fighting for a runner-up title for my belts, who was praying that I vacated in order to be the triple world champion or get the heavyweight title, is literally just that. You're a paper champion, and you will forever be haunted by the possibility that I'll come back for what's mine, a placeholder. There's no way on earth Jared Warren ever stood a chance of becoming the champion while I stand in the way. There's no way that Jomi Escoboza stood a chance in hell in becoming a champion while I stand in the way. The only thing that's the mature thing to do is to allow the divisions to continue to grow and to mature. I'm not just holding the belts. Believe it or not, I will still defend against anybody that challenges me. But have you heard anybody challenge me for the 205 or the 185 title?
Not legitimately. I mean, no.
But as soon as David Feldman announced that I would be vacating the title, all of a sudden, title contenders jumped out of nowhere. So, in the interest of keeping things moving, we'll pretend as if I'm not the reigning, defending, undisputed, undeniable, unified champion in the 185 and 205, and soon to be the heavyweight title. It is what it is.
And I agree with you on that 100%. I mean, we're literally getting to a point to where your greatness in BKFC, we got to start using like synonyms for certain words because they get worn out pretty fucking quick. They get worn out, undefeated, undisputed. I mean, we always got another one to add to the fold when it comes to you. And, champ, I've been, at your journey since the beginning. I've been at your journey since the beginning. In fact, I was there at the tryouts when we saw you, and I have seen your ascension. And in my opinion, I'll be honest with you, out of the 21 years that I have been in combat sports, I don't think I've ever seen an ascension like yours. And I think that's pretty safe to say for a lot of people who have paid attention to your career.
Yeah. Like I said, I was on this path. I was on this track long before bare knuckle was legal. I've always been the champion. I was a 2-division champion in MMA. I was a champion across. I've been a 185 champion and a 205 champion before. This ain't my first time wearing 2 or 3 belts. I know how to do it because I've done it before. And I knew what I would do as soon as I got an opportunity to get in the square circle and show the world what I can do. Of course, the world is filled with naysayers and people who still bet that it's a miss when Steph Curry shoot the ball. They say that's not going in. They shut up every time it goes. I'm just that guy. When I shoot the ball, it's going in. And I'm okay with who I am. And if you like betting against me, you just have to be okay with being a loser. If you love the guys that I beat up more than you love me, you just love losers. It's okay. It's America. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be a loser lover. I'm okay with that. You can identify as a lover of losers. Look to the left of you, a loser sitting on the couch next to you. Look to the right, a loser sitting, and you just love them all. I'm okay with that. And then you see me on the big screen, you say, oh, I hate that guy. Whatever. You love losers, though. I'm a winner.
You got Jomi saying you're passing the torch to a real OG, bro, with a respect knuckles. So
yeah. We'll see about that. Y'all know how I am. Like I said, there'll never be a legitimate champion as long as I'm around. So pray for my retirement. Because soon as they hand you the belt, they're gonna say, what about Lorenzo?
It's true.
You'll never sleep. And I just may jump from under the ring. I may fly in from the top and snatch your belt and run. Swiper, no swiping. Ain't no say so. So please get permission before you start walking around telling people that you a champ. Because Mike Richmond did not get permission.
I'm telling you, I could see something like that. I could see you coming down from the ceiling like fucking Sting and everything like that. Just drop right in there and everything. And you're absolutely right. There is. I mean, yes, you did make this move for a reason. But because these two were vacated for that reason, whoever does hold it, there is a tattoo of a question mark on that belt. There is.
It's not like you lost it, you gave it up.
Yeah, like I said, it's strategic. It had to be. Bkfc was having a lot of trouble keeping the fire burning in these guys with me running around beating everybody up and knocking everybody out. It's like, why even try? You know what I mean? And I don't want to be the guy that makes people stop trying. You know what I mean? Like, you guys got to put forth some sort of effort. Like, I know I rose the bar pretty high, but that don't mean you can't, try to beat me. But like I said, it's hard to match it up. Like, who you going to match me up against? Like, oh, yeah, Jared Warren's had a good run. Jared Warren got beat by Josh Dyer. I almost murdered Josh Dyer. Jared Warren got beat by Doolittle. Doolittle make a run for it. They're like, okay, we're going to fight you against Doolittle. Fight me against who? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, he's got the belt. Who are we going to fight him against? We're going to fight him against Jomi. Fight him against who? Jomi what? God, no. So it's like, come on, man. Like, I'll let you guys play. I'll let you guys play ball. I don't mean to be. You
got Chauncey Wilson saying he wants to come up and do a camp with you over at Juggernaut Life.
Juggernaut Life Fitness, www.juggernauthunt.com. www.juggernautlife.com. Just go on there and Google Lorenzo Hunt, and you'll find my gym. You'll find my hours, and you guys are more than welcome. BKFC fighters, BKFC prospects, you guys all get a discount. Come do your camp with me. I'll show you love, and I'll even sponsor some of you guys. So just make your way to Jacksonville.
We're talking Juggernaut Life. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, if you go to Instagram, Juggernaut Life is live practically 24/7 on Instagram Live. There's not a moment that I don't see some kind of training session, whether you're in it or whether you're heading it up. I mean, Juggernaut Life is like taking over social media on the live side. I love that.
I figured out that it's the genuineness that people want to see. I'm genuine. I'm not pretending to be a champ. I'm not a guy that you can't shake his hand. I'm not a guy that you can't show up to the gym and I'll beat your ass. Just like you saw me doing it on TV, I'll show you in real life. The same moves that you saw, you can come see it in person. And people get that feeling when they watch me and when they talk to me and when they get to know me. They're like, oh, yeah, this guy's real. You know, it's really, really real. Like, there he is. He's right there. He's running down the street. You know what I mean? Like, and people are tired of pretenders. They're tired of guys who don't answer when they say something on Instagram, or they don't answer when they get inbox, or they call my number and they say, hey, is this really you? Yeah, it's me. What's up? I'm a real person. And people like that. And so they're jumping on board. Even a lot of my haters are coming around because, you know, you can call your favorite fighter and he won't answer you. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't.
I want to step away from fighting real quick and talk about, you know, outside life of fighting. A couple of weeks ago, you and I were chilling at the Hard Rock after the fights, and chilling. You know, next thing you know, we're freaking stage side, and you get called up by Fat Joe up on stage, dog. You know, you've had Fat Joe. You've been hanging with LL Cool J, two of my favorite artists ever. I mean, how does that feel to get that type of recognition and be able to party with the acts of Fat Joe and other artists like that?
Hard work pays off. Anybody who put it in as much as I put it in will eventually be recognized and will eventually be congratulated on the journey. You know, they're watching, like, you know, the stars are, they need to be entertained just like they entertain us. They're watching TV. They're watching us. They're watching the up and comers. With both LL Cool J and Fat Joe, I was surprised how big they are. Them is big dudes. LL Cool J shook my hand, it was like an oven mitt. You know what I mean? That's some big dudes, like shit. But yeah, their presence is just as big as their personality. And you know, me, I always consider myself a smaller guy, even though people look at me like I'm big, but I have a big personality. I have a big you know, view of myself, and I move as such, you know. So like I say, I'm the juggernaut through and through, and they recognize me.
Not even that though. I mean, he went ahead and shouted you out. Obviously, you got up there on stage with him, but then he turned around and says, "Champ, this song's for you. All we do is win, no matter what." And then, you know, that shit was crazy.
Miami guys, believe it or not, Bkfc has made their rounds in Miami, and people recognize. You got people like Fat Joe, Rick Ross, Shaq has been to the fights a few times. All those guys are huge fans. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, we are making our rounds. So to all the up and comers, you guys that are fighting for Bkfc, you need to understand that the world is watching. You need to put your heart out there. You need to put your heart on display. You need to risk it all because they are watching. And if you fold up and pretend to be dead like Quentin Henry, then you'll just disappear and fade off into the ether like the rest of those guys that were half-hearted. I'm not half-hearted. You understand? So you have to deal with that. Like, somebody's gonna have to deal with that. And I would say to all you guys that are coming up, bro, if you're in this, be in it with your full heart and mind and body, and come, and you can do it too.
I couldn't agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more on that. Actually, that is something that you and I share, champ. I mean, I have no athletic prowess whatsoever. I came to that realization practically at birth. But the one thing that I can definitely say is that I recognize the next level confidence. I recognize the next level confidence because, you know, you are the pound for pound best bare knuckle fighter in the world. I am one of the best ring announcers in the world, and we thrive on that confidence because we know it. We don't believe it. We don't believe it. We're past that stage. We're past believing. Believing something like that happened a long, long time ago. At this point, it's completely dialed in. It's part of our lifestyle. It's part of who we are. And if we lose that edge, I think that's what kind of takes. Keeps it away from us being who we are and what we do. So I recognize that next level confidence, and I bathe in it. I shower in it. I live it. I get it. I get it. I absolutely do.
Yeah. With me and even with DJ Tony, who is a master DJ, bro, like the confidence and recognizing the patterns and the algorithm, so to speak.
Yep.
My confidence doesn't come from arrogance, or it doesn't come from just, you know, brass, blind confidence or faith and belief in myself. My confidence comes from the work that I put in, from my work ethic.
Yeah.
Like I said, if this was a race, bro, I left 10 years ago, and you woke up today and pounded on your chest and was like, hey, I'm faster than that guy, I can beat that guy. Yeah, but I left 10 years ago and I'm near the finish line, and you guys are just coming. So you can't catch up. And that gives me confidence that I wake up every morning at 3:59, right before my 4 o'clock alarm goes off. Sometimes it's 3:58. I beat my alarm. Then I beat the sun up. Every day I beat the sun up. If the sun can't beat me up, you can't beat me up neither.
Nice. All right. Now that we're talking about celebs, I got two questions for you. Growing, it's a two-part, should I say? Growing up, and then now, who were the two biggest, celebrities or whatever, people that you wanted to meet?
I never really, growing up, I would say I never really got into the TV thing. My father was a master disciplinarian, so we didn't really watch a lot of TV. We didn't really get to fall in love with celebrities and create idols for ourselves. So growing up, my biggest hero, the person who amazed me the most was my father. My father was like this super athletic, super buff, super dude that when he lifted weights, the bar would bend, and I used to stand there and suck my thumb. I'm like, holy shit, this guy's strong as a monster. And eventually, you know, we would come to work out together and we become friends. You know what I'm saying? My father's almost like my brother. He's like my best friend. Other than that, I think when I got older, you know, matter of fact, yeah, I liked Michael Jackson. So anybody I'm born in 82. Michael Jackson was like the man, and still is, and you can hear his masterfulness in his music, almost like a martial artist. He's in control of every aspect of his genre and his motions, his music. When he's dancing, I'm pretty sure he can fight. You know what I mean? Like the way he moves, bro. Like look at him and they like, oh, Mike was a sissy. Man, shit.
I bet you he could kick your head off. I bet you he could kick your head off with those legs. Hell yeah.
The emotions, the movement, the confidence, and the body aesthetic, the way he understands himself. Shit, that ain't no easy win. You know what I mean?
And then moonwalk off.
You don't think that he don't have calf muscles to do that damn that moonwalk? Hell yeah.
Moonwalk off on your ass.
So growing up as a kid, I was into Michael Jackson. And even now, still, when I run, when I go out there with Elvin and I listen to Michael Jackson, and the music will just take over. It'll run me for it. A lot of the younger kids and a lot of these guys, they won't understand. You know, if you were born in the 90s and if you're in the Barney, you know, if you were in the Barney growing up, like, you know, Betty Boop and, you know, Power Rangers, you probably won't understand, you know, Michael Jackson and Voltron and you know, and the Thundercats, like
Thundercats.
Yeah,
Original,
like
original Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters.
So with that being said, yeah, like I said, Mike was a master, and I just always wanted to be a master. My father was a master, and so Michael Jackson was a master. So I kind of, if I did like anybody or like, you know, kind of lean towards anybody, it was that masterful aspect that could do things that nobody else could do.
Well, look at Super Bowl 93. He comes out on stage, literally stands still, motionless for almost 10 fucking minutes. And the crowd, I'm going to be honest with you, I have never seen people lose their shit to somebody standing like a statue. 10 fucking minutes. And when he moves, then that multiplies by 50.
It has never been another.
Nope. And there never will be. And there never will be.
Well, nowadays they don't understand. They think everybody's crazy, but there has never been another.
Nope.
Yeah, that was wild.
He was my favorite too. I'll take it as far as I'll say he's my favorite music artist in general over all type of music. But I remember when he died, and I know it's funny, but when he died, I dressed like him, and I had on the slouch socks, everything, dress shoes. The same day, dog. I went around all day dressed like Michael Jackson.
How old are you? That wasn't that long ago.
Oh, 85. I was born in 85. What do you mean? I'm right behind you.
Such a child.
No, I'm saying
he's such a child.
Mike died. He didn't die that long ago. That wasn't.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's how big of a fan I was.
But you're talking about like way back when, like it was the 90s when he died.
No,
man.
I'm saying I
dressed like Michael Jackson yesterday.
For like 10 years. Yeah, dog.
I do got the glove. Hey, go get the glove for me.
It's like 10 years ago. Right? How long has it been now? 10, 11 years?
Yeah,
the glove depends, though. The glove depends, because if you remember watching that movie Wedding Singer, he comes in dressed like Michael, and he's like, "What do you think?" Lose the glove, man. It didn't work.
I remember I was sitting in front of,
as far as big personalities, as far as that goes, that I'd say Michael Jackson, and then of course, you know, we got Michael Jordan. You know, guys are LeBron fans and stuff like that. But Michael Jordan was a master. I remember that movie Come Fly With Me. It was like one of my favorite movies. To be able to jump in the air and change directions mid-flight, like dude had to be dealing with some sort of telekinesis a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and he could move. You know.
There it is. There it is.
You got it.
I think that's the first time that we've ever had a guest that actually drops what we're talking about that fucking quickly. That's impressive.
You haven't smacked anybody at a weigh-in yet. That'd be the glove to wear.
There you go. That's the one to do it with.
And y'all bring it to weigh-ins for like, hey Ben, I tell Ben you better stay your ass over there.
Wow. Oh.
Come on, man. Chamali.
Chamali. Get out of you on this stage. You gotta stay your ass over there, Mick.
Holy crap.
Hey, even over there in England, they know what this is. They know. Everybody knows Michael Jackson is.
No matter where you are.
Pygmy warriors in the Congo know who the fuck Michael Jackson is. Come on.
Hey, I got a question for you real quick since we just kicking it. You know how you introduced me?
Of course.
You introduced me with fights. I want to. Can you do it in other languages so I can remake it so the people who speak Spanish to know what you said, the people who speak Chinese to know what you said, the people who I need it in the same thing in like 5 different languages. Okay.
I see where the juggernaut is going with this.
Probably never got
all right. Hey. Look who you're talking to. You're talking to Mr. Live Worldwide, not Mr. United States. Mr. Worldwide. Let's let's put that out. Let's put that up the flagpole. I'm intrigued about that because no one's ever asked me that before.
Bro, that introduction is my alarm clock.
Oh fuck! Oh my god! You must hate my goddamn ass.
In the morning at 4 a.m. it goes. He is your reigning, defending, undisputed.
Oh wow, I'd
your
be
girl
hitting
probably hates Jeff.
oh my god.
She rolls her eyes every day.
I am wearing out my welcome in the Hunt household. Wow. Wow. Wow, I'm turning fucker after that one.
Gotta do it, dog. You gotta do
All
it.
right. I find some interest in that because if I am going to do it in Chinese, got to do it in Mandarin so that I can enunciate that yeah. I think I could do something like that. Absolutely.
And I mean, the number one pound for pound best bare knuckle fighter in the world. I am the reigning defending champion. I have the belts. I've defended the belts. I am the man. If we're going to promote BKFC around the world, we need to say it in their language.
I'm cool with that. I'm down. Let's get it done.
So let's talk your fight real quick. It's coming up. Biggest stage ever, first time in Los Angeles, California. Just in case everybody doesn't know, fuck the Lakers.
Look where we are in the first time. Jesus Christ. We're at the Peacock Theater right next door to the Staples Center for our first goddamn time. That's impressive.
Next, we may be in the Staples.
Oh, we'll be in the crypto. Well, I guess it's called the crypto.com or center, whatever the fuck it is. But the next time we'll be in there. Hell yeah.
Well, yeah. How you feeling going to LA, big dog? City of celebrities, of the stars, of the juggernaut, big dog, and taking over.
Listen, what I'm about to do on April 27th will guarantee that all eyes are on BKFC. Mick Terrell has offered him up as a sacrifice on the road to making history and to doing something that's never been done before. And he shook my hand and said, "You're one of my favorite fighters. I'd love to fight you." That means he wins even when he loses. He's like, I got to fight my favorite fighter. I'm going to hit him so many times. Somebody's going to say, please stop. Please stop. And then we'll have our viral smash out for the West Coast. And it's going to be on every channel imaginable. And then we're going overseas. And then we're going to take over the world. Like I've just warmed up. I haven't even shown all the things that I can do yet.
Yeah, I can't wait to see, especially the one place that I think that you're going to shine like no other is I think once we finally start debuting in the United Arab Emirates, over there, Abu Dhabi, Dubai and such, where the gold is everywhere. The gold is, and the glitter is everywhere. That's juggernaut country.
I like it. I like those people, but I'll tell you the truth. When we were at the weigh-ins, the people from Hong Kong, they were running up to me with their kids. They wanted pictures. One guy wanted to get on my back. It was like, "Can you hold me?" And I was like, "What?" It was like, he's like, "I'm Godzilla." Like, it's him. And it was like, damn, like, is this where the love is? Do I have to leave to get the love I deserve? Because I've definitely put in the work. But yeah, they are big combat sports fans, and they're a big juggernaut fan in Hong Kong. So yeah, I'm gonna take this show on the road, And like I said, I told him I was travel state to state, but maybe I should have said country to country, showing people why I'm the champ.
That's gotta be the next one. You got oh, then where did it go? Oh, my guy Swervo Cut. He actually won tickets, and actually he's supposed to be. He won on the BKFC show a chance from Nate Shook to be able to match one of the matches. I don't know if you remember when they did that for the Christmas show. Anyway, so he's out here in Florida, but he cuts hair. But he's going to be in LA, so he offered to give you a free haircut or whatever you need, shape up while you're out there. So I'll make sure to connect you guys.
You know how to get in touch with me. Reach out to me on Instagram, and we'll set things up. I'm flying in. I should be there about maybe 6-7 days before the fight, and we can link up most definitely.
Oh, G. Oh, now you got G. I don't know, Swervo. Now you got G saying he takes care of all the BKFC cuts. So I don't know.
Yeah, but Lorenzo doesn't get any cuts. Lorenzo doesn't get any cuts, man.
Nah, but G cuts hair too.
Oh, I know he does. I know. Yeah.
So
yeah, y'all know for real. My baby take care of my hair. At Miranda Renee, she's my stylist, so she always takes care of me. That's why I'm always so sharp. So you guys gonna have to be pretty fine and smell pretty good in order to take her place.
Seriously, no, but no, her work speaks for itself. She is a pro. She's a pro, man. She is so fucking good at what she does. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, you always show up. Both of you guys, it's like Hollywood red carpet. I mean, and we love it. We love it because I honestly think you are one of the fighters that I said that I felt that you were going to break away. And I always said that when a fight promotion is looking for a fighter to take the next step and have superstar status, the guy who steps away from the ring and starts getting commercial deals, movie deals, television deals and such, I've so felt that you were the one who was going to help us take that next step, and you are going to end up being one of the very, very first superstars within BKFC, and take that step.
Yeah, that's definitely the plan. You guys know I'm pretty athletic, to say the least, and I'm probably looking to get into some stand roles and to do some fight choreography. I'm a pretty good martial artist. I'm pretty good kinetically too. Like I can move like nobody else can move. And I would like to probably eventually wind up on the big screen doing some roles, or like you said, doing some commercials, or doing some crazy commercials for a few of these energy drink companies or something like that. I just got it. I'm fast. I'm quick-witted. I'm smart. I can talk. I can represent the company. I think this year is going to be a breakaway year. Last year was awesome, but this year is going to be a breakaway year.
I was just going to mention.
What did he just say, Mr. T? Dude, I'm going to tell you, he's so much better than Mr. T. Mr. T got beat his first title defense. Mr. T got beat his first fucking title defense.
I was going to mention Mr. T, though, because I just seen today that they're casting for the new A-Team movie. So, there you go, big dog.
Oh, man, that's juggernaut shit all day. That's juggernaut shit all day.
Have you with 20 chains on, dog? I'll pity a fool that wants to be a champ.
I liked in Rocky when he started blocking Mr. T's punches. And he came back to the corner. He was winded, and his coach was saying, "What's going on? What's going on?" He was like, "I get him. He's a stupid fool. That's all. He's just a stupid fool." I like that. Mr. T, man, he was the man for a long time. He did his thing. Come here, baby. Good night. I'm not going to not say good night to you, baby. Come here. Come on. Say good night. Say good night. Oh, no, he said no.
Yeah, I seen that, Monica. I seen that I think her movie just dropped, right?
Yeah, she just recently had a movie drop. Yep.
Yeah. Man. So what do you guys think about the lineup? Mike Perry being the main event, or being Rothwell possibly being the co-main, and me being the feature. Like, what's going on? What do you guys feel about it?
I understand the business side of the main event, but I think there's no way that you and goddamn Mick, yeah, should be fighting or are fighting for the title. But then the people that are going to fight for the number one contender for the title are ahead of you. I mean, that's the only part that makes no sense. You should be the co-main.
Yeah, I don't think it was real. I think that honestly, I give Dave more. I think Dave knows the business better than a lot of us give him credit for. But he, I think he just announced it in that direction, almost like save the best for last. I don't think that we will be I don't think that we will be the feature fight. I believe that we'll either be the co-main event or the main event. As far as announcing the fight to the world and announcing that Mike Perry's fighting Thiago Alves, it sounds great, even as a co-main event. Ben Rothwell and Todd Duffy both are in the UFC. They have following, you know, they've been kind of already promoted by the UFC. So that's good for us. So to mention their names first and then mention BKFC's top dogs right after, you know, you're still working on, this is a part of the marketing, you know, we get to piggyback, you know, because even though BKFC is big stuff, we're still growing, and the UFC has established and spent money marketing these guys already.
Yeah, but look at what you're doing already. I mean, you know, honestly, if you're looking at it from a marketing perspective, I'd go ahead and look at you as almost very similar, almost to like a Roman Reigns WWE thing. Because look what you're doing. Look what you're doing. If you main evented Knucklemania 4, you'd be the first BKFC fighter to main event 2 Knucklemanias back to back.
Listen, not only that,
And that just makes sense.
Not only that, think about this. I fought on 3 Knucklemanias.
This is true.
There's only been 3, right? There's only been
we've only had 3. Yeah, this is number 4.
You're the only one on all 4.
Yep.
Huh?
I said you'll be the only one on all 3 too, but now 4 too. All 4.
No, you'll be the only one who's fought on all of them. Yep.
Yeah, yep. So yeah, I'll be the only one that fought on this. No, I think this is the 3rd one, right? This will be 4th.
No, this is number 4.
Yeah.
We're already at number 4.
I fought Rob Morrow when Paige Van Zandt.
Mm-hmm.
I fought Mike Richmond on Knucklemania.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't think what the other Knucklemania was then.
Who did you fight on Knucklemania?
Right.
Who'd you fight on Knucklemania 2?
This would be the 4th.
Who'd you fight on Knucklemania 2?
I fought Rob Morrow when Chris Lieben and Quentin Henry fought.
And who did you fight on Knucklemania 1?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What was Knucklemania 1?
Actually, you know what? Hold on.
I don't think you were on Knucklemania 1.
Yeah, what was it? Because
yeah, that's what I thought. Morrow was 1.
So yeah, I fought on Knucklemania 1.
Yeah.
And then I fought Mike Richmond. That was the next Knucklemania.
No, you fought Richmond on 3.
Yeah, 3.
Oh,
yeah.
I fought Hector, and that wasn't Knucklemania.
No.
So Knucklemania was Hard Rock when Hector and them fought for the belt. That was Knucklemania at the Hard Rock when I jumped in the ring.
No, that was just a regular event.
No, that was just a regular BKFC. That wasn't a Knucklemania. Yeah.
So what was Knucklemania 2?
That's what I'm trying to.
Knucklemania 2 was Paige Van Zandt and everything, wasn't it? I don't know.
No. Paige Van Zandt was Paige Van. Oh yeah. No, but the main event on Knucklemania was that was the debut of Platinum Mike Perry. Mike Perry debuted in Knucklemania 2.
Julian Lane. That was
that was Knucklemania.
Okay,
that was Knucklemania.
So you only been on 3 of them. That's what I'm saying. Or you'll be on the 3rd one. You weren't on.
You weren't on Knucklemania 2, but you will be. Yeah, so this will be your 3rd Knucklemania overall. Yeah.
That's fine.
Glad we finally got that shit figured out. God damn.
Yeah. No, that's good shit. Yeah.
We need to know this. Yeah. Paige Van Zandt and Britt was Knucklemania 1.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to know. Yeah, I was there at Knucklemania 2 though. I was in the crowd when Julian Lane and Mike Perry fought. Doing
juggernaut shit like he always did, brother. Like he always does.
Yeah. This is awesome, man. Like I appreciate Mick Terrell for taking the fight. I'm gonna show him, that appreciation in the ring, and at weigh-ins, like I said, as long as he don't provoke me, I won't slap him or do nothing crazy. But yeah, this is my time to shine. I'm the juggernaut. I'm not gonna let nothing stop me. Nothing will stop me. So this is about to be my best performance ever. I'm about to put it all on the line, and I'm about to show you guys why I am truly the best in the world. And all the other stuff you guys see in the BKFC, you guys are looking around at these guys. You can't honestly say that there's anyone that you would bet your house, you would bet your livelihood against them, against me. That's what makes me the best, because you wouldn't dare bet your shit that Ben Rothwell or Mike Perry or Johnny Escoboza. You wouldn't bet your shit on Jared Warren. You would bet all your shit that one of those guys can beat me? Tell a lie. as much as I've shown and proved what I can do. You wouldn't bet your shit. So that makes me the best in the world. And you can't walk up with confidence and say that any one of those guys will beat me. And I'm hoping that Ben Rothwell wins as I schmurder Mick Terrell so that I can fight Ben Rothwell in a David versus Goliath crazy ass novelty fight that will submit me as the best that ever done it and ever will. And as long as you guys love BKFC, as long as bare knuckle around, everybody will talk about me. Everybody will know.
I believe that will happen.
Bet the house, bet the farm, bet the stock, bet your children. Put it all. Put it all on there. Put it all on the line. Let them all know that what's going on. I mean,
everybody will. Yeah. I'll make Rothwell quit.
There we go. You heard it from the one and only, the Juggernaut. Well, we appreciate you coming on, big dog. You know, you're more than welcome. You and the Misfit, I believe now are tied in the most times on the show. So we're gonna have to get you guys on at the same time now from now on, so you guys can keep it equal. And
man, I know, right? You know, I've been rocking with her ever since. You know, I know strength when I see it. I always knew that she was a monster. There was nobody. And then when she got hurt, it just gave people a little bit of time to try to make a way. But Christine, something's different, and she proved it. And I can't even think of a name that I bet my house on that's going to beat her. So we're going to be around for a while. Like, you guys going to have to get used to seeing us.
Hey, learn to love it. Hey, just like the man said, learn to love with it, learn to live with it. Diamonds are forever, and so is the motherfucking Juggernaut.
Go ahead and shout out all your sponsors. Obviously, go ahead and give your address to your gym and everything.
Bones to Domes for having me, man. Shout out to Get Shit Done. The coffee, you know, they're looking out for me, man. They're showing me love. Shout out to Martinez Gym. We're looking to do some things down in Mexico. So hey, you know, shout out to them. Shout out to Buddy's Cable. They showing me love. Cable guy. And Ikikata, the clothing brand, Venom Drip, always keep me looking fresh, man. You know, shout out to Mercy Jones. Believe it or not, she's still rocking. She's still rolling. She's still doing her thing. She still got the Juggernaut's back, bruh. And I just love solid characters. I don't give a fuck how wild you are. As long as you solid with me, we gonna rock, because I'm wild too. Shout out to my baby Miranda at Miranda Renee. You know, like I said, she keep me all the way together. She keep me grounded. She keep me level-headed, and then let me go off the chain when I need to. So I got such a winning strategy, man. Shout out to BKFC. Shout out to the prospects and the tryout guys, man. I want you guys to never, ever give up. If you love something, you will fight for it. You will be willing to die for it, but more importantly, you'll be willing to live for it. Live for it, so you can be a champion.
You heard it from the one
doesn't get much
only.
more.
Lorenzo Hunt.
Doesn't get much more wisdom than that, man. I mean, you know, we're talking about pearls. It's a hell of a lot more than pearls are being dropped right here. This is life. This is Juggernaut life advice.
Hey, you see them teeth marks? See, Chris Camozzi. See, that shit crazy. My shit look like feet. You see that? See that? All the way around. I go all the way in deep. No homo.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I feel like we're watching Jaws and they're comparing shark bites. Fuck.
Yeah, bro, it's real. Like, this shit ain't sweet. It's real. Like, look at the fact.
That's real. That's real, bro.
All right, bro.
I get athlete's feet on my hands.
All right, Juggernaut. Thank you so much as always, man. We always love having you on. You are the personality. You're an OG, man, and we love you.
Thank you. Bye.
Easy, bro. Peace.
All right.
I know.
Man. There are certain guests that we have on that I need a moment to rest. I'm like, Jesus Christ, the positivity. I mean, it's coming through pores. It's coming out of, I mean, this guy is like exuding positivity everywhere. I mean, you can't help but feel like you get a positivity contact high after hanging out with the juggernaut.
You know it.
Shit.
I know we normally take a little second and talk more, but I feel bad because we've had Jewlz in the waiting room for like 20 minutes now. So let's go ahead and bring her on in, the one and only, the BKFC's women's coordinator, Jewlz Gray. Hello, love.
Oh, and look at that Hollywood smile. Jesus. Luminescent, whiter than my shirt. Whoo! I love it.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I have the best dentist in the world, Osama with Smile Makeover out of Dallas, Texas. I flew all the way to him and got my beautiful smile.
Awesome. That is awesome.
She is the misfit.
Yep, the misfit is on. And all right, Jewlz, man, I got to tell you what, coming off of BKFC Prospect Series, you have got to be so proud of our main event and what they did for us for the debut. Canada was absolutely insane. They were completely up in arms for Jade Masson Wong, but taking nothing, and I absolutely mean nothing, away from Gabrielle. Gabrielle is as warrior goes in there. I mean, you saw Gabrielle come into the ring like the fucking Terminator, just like a machine, just coming down there. Gabrielle, zero fear. Absolute zero fear. Got in there, got it done. We had another women's division main event. Now, as the BKFC women's division coordinator, that's just got to make you feel so proud to see another women's division main event.
Yeah, I really truly believe that the women deserve to be able to showcase their skills as a main event more often than it has been done in the past. I'm really excited that there's been, quite a few women main events recently. I think the girls are working really hard to showcase their skills, and they're putting a lot on the line, and they're really proving a lot to the combat sports world in general, that girls deserve to be here, and they're going to show why. So I am very.
But we're not seeing the division that we've seen in so many other combat sports. It's amazing, especially in boxing, how wide the divide is between women's boxing and men's boxing, and we don't have that over here. Because we've had troopers like Christine. We have had we've had people like AJ Adams. We've had the ones who were there from the beginning, bled the same blood in the same mud, and had these amazing fights and such. So because of that wide divide that you see in other combat sports, you don't see it over here. You don't see it over here. You see the women's division getting the credit. And at the beginning, Jewlz, there were so many people that were, perfect example. Knucklemania 1, when we saw Taylor and Teresa bleed for the world, and I mean fucking bleed for the world, there were so many people that were offended because they hadn't seen it. And for me, I was like, that was one of the most liberating things I've ever seen in my life, because they absolutely had every right to shed every ounce of blood that they had in that ring. And now it's become, people expect no less from the women's division. I love that.
I've heard David say it on several interviews. When BKFC first started, they had some of the most remarkable female fights that you've ever seen across combat sports. Christine definitely led the way to a lot of that. Taylor Starling, Singala, a lot of our original females that kicked BKFC off are still here, just in dominant fashion. I have to say that I've met some of the most loyal females here, honestly, and I love that I can call on them and throw them in at any time. They don't complain. They're always ready to get in there. They're always willing to get in there. They can't wait till their next fight. You know, they're in love with BKFC, and that's the kind of fighters we want here. You know, a lot of promotions are really strict about how they word their contracts. As far as how I am in the women's division, you know, if there's a female that doesn't want to be here, I'll release their contract as soon as they ask. We want women who are willing to go out there and fight their asses off for this promotion. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You get out there and you put on a show for the fans, because the fans spend their hard-earned money to come and see that. And that's what we want every single show.
Nice.
I like that. I like that.
So what, you know, again, you know, sometimes I like to step away sometimes. What has Miss Jewlz been up to the last couple weeks?
You know what? It has just been a roller coaster. I recently moved to Vegas, you know, a few months ago. And man, Vegas is just crazy good with networking, you know, possibilities and getting to meet everybody, and just opportunities and doors that have opened so much over here. I've met some amazing athletes, you know. Recently, I'm sure you saw the announcement, I just signed Heather Hardy. I'm really excited about bringing her on to fight Christine Faria. I think that's going to be one of the most exciting fights we've seen. You know, both ladies have proven themselves dominant in two different sports, so I'm really excited about seeing that. You know, it's just been crazy. Vegas is definitely a city to get business done in.
Good. Yeah, that's a dope. That's gonna be a dope match. We can't wait for that at Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
That was a
And
great.
you know what's
sign.
crazy is it's like Vegas is like a port to all fighters. What I've learned is that if fighters don't live here, they come here at some point to train. You know, there's just an amazing amount of gyms here, and I highly suggest, you know, to any athlete to get top of the line training, you visit Vegas and visit some of these gyms. They are insanely invested in their fighters, fight camps, training, recovery. I mean, it's just insane. The dynamic of fight life that I've seen here in Vegas for athletes is amazing, and how well they're taken care of here. Just Vegas is the shit.
And you know, but it's funny you mentioned the gyms. You know, it's the writing is on the wall for the BKFC franchise gyms. The writing is on the wall. It's all about branding, and if anybody knows about branding, you definitely do, and you understand that once you've actually driven the brand into the eye sockets of most of the free world, you understand that the diversification starts. And I just think that eventually there's going to be a in-house bare knuckle gym system, and that system has great cachet with a great brand. The BKFC brand is the brand that people are starting to now represent. In fact, we're going the same route when it comes to the UFC. Now, as you know, Jewlz, there are MMA fans, and then there are UFC fans. Very, very different. It's going to be the same situation for us. There are bare knuckle fighting fans, and then there are BKFC fans. So it's just a matter of time before we have BKFC franchise gyms.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. I've actually heard a lot of talks about it, you know, from several different companies that are 100% behind BKFC and looking to, you know, facilitate their athletes. I wouldn't be surprised if it was before the end of 2024.
Wow, look at that. Uh-oh. See, Jewlz plays it close to the chest, so there may be something out there that I don't know about, and she just may have just given us like a little Easter egg hunt. Little pre-Easter egg hunt.
Well, I know for all those gyms out there that do want to become an official BKFC gym, head over to the website. There is an option on the website to become an official bar or gym. You can register and become an official gym or bar. So if you do want to do that, make sure you head over to bkfc.com and check it out. I know they give you a bunch of stuff that comes with it, sponsoring stuff and all that good stuff. So yeah. Now I want to talk about our next card coming up. You got a co-main, another co-main women's fight, and this one's going to be a good one. I feel like you got 1-1 and 1-1. Rosalinda Rodriguez versus Monica Franco. That's another good one.
That's an interesting fight, man. That is a really interesting fight.
What do you think makes it so interesting?
Because I'm going to tell you something. It's the dynamics of the athletes. I think that's what makes it interesting to me, because anytime that I say something is interesting to this degree, I know that you've got a brawler and you've got a scientific striker. So anytime you've got something like that, and now that we're going to be taking those elements and putting them into a 16-foot ring, why would that not make it interesting?
And you know what? I think that's one of the things that we saw with Gabriel coming in with Jod was Gabriel is a distance fighter, and she does kind of calculate her distance really well in order to get in there and get the rhythm of herself. And I think Jod rushing her in such a small ring is what shut Gabriel down so quickly. You know, I my hat's off to Gabriel, and I know that she will definitely figure this out. She's back to the drawing board already. She's really excited. I spoke with her, the day after her fight, and I love how professional she kept everything and how she felt about it. But the size of the ring, I do believe, makes the difference. And we're seeing that it definitely forces the fighters a little closer. And I like the fights that it's producing in there.
I do too.
I'm kind of a fan.
But look at Jewlz trying to call me out on our own fucking show, Bones to Domes. What makes this interesting, Jeff? I'm interested. Trying to call me out like I'm not going to have an answer. Like I'm not going to have an answer to that when I say something like that. Jewlz, call me out. It's Mr. Live Worldwide. You don't call Mr. Live Worldwide out. Shit.
But as far as Monica and Rosalinda go, I love, Monica comes from a very deep culture. She comes from Hawaii. And she's got that Hawaiian heart, and I really expect she had her debut. She wasn't 100% satisfied with how her debut went, and she told me leaving that venue, she said, I've got some studying to do. I'm going to go home. I'm going to study. I'm going to reset. I'm going to figure out how bare knuckle is truly different now that I've experienced it. I can't wait to see what I bring to the table. I also know that, when Rosalinda went in there, Rosalinda is a beautiful boxer. She has got some beautiful technique. Her footwork is on point. She is very accurate. I really expect that, after her first fight, she came out, and I remember her telling me backstage, she's like, I didn't know that I was going to love it this much. Had no idea I was going to love bare knuckle this much. She was like, I'm ready for a multi-fight deal. As soon as you're ready, Jewlz, sign me up. So I expect that she's going to come out a little looser. I think in our first fight with Rosalinda, we saw her a little bit hesitant because she wasn't really sure what she was stepping into. Being a traditional boxer, this is, this brings a lot more strategizing to the table. And I'm pretty sure that she's going to come in there with a lot more forward momentum as well.
Well, even more strategy now that we're downgrading to the 16-foot, squared circle. The strategy completely and totally changes because everybody loses a couple of steps. Now, the women's division, they're not losing as many steps as per se the cruiserweights and the heavyweights. The heavyweights, if anybody's losing real estate in the 16-foot, it's those divisions. So I was talking to Jod, and Jod said that she felt that she'd lost anywhere from a step or two in the 16-foot as opposed to the 22-foot. and such. So there's something to be said about that. I mean, fighting at 125. But we did learn something about Gabrielle. Gabrielle, I think, is going to absolutely dominate at 115. I think that she is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I think that she's going to be much more comfortable in that. And you learn something when you have that opportunity on the main event. And like I said, she has nothing to look back on. I don't even think that there's a drawing board that she has to go back to. I just believe that she is better suited at 115. That's what I believe.
We kind of knew that when we first brought Gabriel in. Gabriel she has a really strong personality about getting whatever she wants. And
she does.
One of the things she wanted was to get in there as soon as possible, no matter what weight class it was in, no matter who the fighter was, no matter what was going on. As soon as I had an opening, because of her persistence, I called her, and she took the fight. So I knew then, she should be, but she went ahead. She wanted to try, 125. I had an opening, and I promised her that when I did have openings and fights fall out like that I would give her a call and give her an opportunity shot at it. So Martina Kroll, had an opponent fall out. I called her. Gabby, of course, accepted the fight. That was at 125, but we saw a dominant performance from Gabrielle at 125 against Martina Kroll. And I think that was one of the biggest upsets that we've seen in BKFC, within the last 6 to 8 months. A lot of people, really did not believe that Gabrielle had that in her, but she proved the world wrong. She went in there, she dominated. And I think that's kind of what got our attention, that we may want her at 125, was just that she dominated so superiorly that that we thought 125 might work for her. So bringing her in this fight at 125, I don't personally think that Gabriel will have a hard time at 125, very much. But I do want to honor her wishes to stay at 115 if it's what she's most comfortable in. And that's what her next fight's definitely going to be in, 115.
I just see more, Tony, she is under the umbrella of Orozco Elite. And the one thing that I see when I see her at 115, I see more speed and I see better utilization of her power. That's what I see.
Mm-hmm. I talked to Jewlz right after the fight as well. And Gabby, I know she won't mind me saying this. But I think, I mean, I don't think that when she went into this fight, she realized how small the ring was going to be. And her, like you said, the way that she moves and boxes and the way that she strikes long. She wasn't expecting, Ja to just rush her and then she had nowhere to go. So it was like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? She took it on her chin. She was ready the next day. She said, I know exactly what I did wrong. Tell Jewlz and Nate I'm ready to go Tampa or Mohegan Sun or whatever. I'm ready already. I didn't get hurt. My face swelling's already down. I'm good. Let's go. She's already chilling back training. So me and Matt are heading down to never mind. I won't say where she's at, but we're gonna go meet her. I'm not gonna say all that, but we're gonna go meet her somewhere next week. And get some training in and start some fresh stuff. So I'm ready. I'm excited.
You guys know who I'm really excited to see in there as well. Gabriel was one of my first that I brought on whenever I started here. Another one that I'm really excited to see in their debut really soon is Katarina.
Ooh,
I don't know if you guys have seen Katarina.
Yeah.
She's a little firecracker, man.
Yeah.
She's like, I love her personality. I love the marketing she's doing. Like, she's down to fight anyone. She's trying to pay people to fight her. Like, this girl is like, she is craving some blood. I cannot wait to see her in there because I think all the anxiety and the buildup of her waiting, she's waited and waited and waited. I've had a couple of opportunities for her. It's fell through. I feel really bad because I'm like, I promise we're going to get it in there. You just got to be patient. You got to be patient. And I think we have her solidified within the next, couple couple of months here, and I think we're going to be seeing her in there, and I think that's going to be one hell of a fight.
You're going to see punches with bunches of punches with her. You're going to see bunches of punches with her, man. She is so damn fast. She is so damn fast, man.
I mean, I expect a hell of a fight from Katarina, and she's just a little firecracker.
She's at
and did you guys see Christina Christ? And
yes,
that was a great fight.
Oh,
I was gonna bring that up as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And,
absolute last minute again, and it ends up becoming a better fight than what was originally promoted. I love it.
100%. And you know, the crazy thing about that was Crystal's opponent. I had signed her probably almost a year ago, and she had a couple of fights that we had, you know, set her to take, and she got injured during camp, and then there was a couple of things that happened where she couldn't fight, and so she was very eager. Her team was very eager to get her in, you know, and they actually petitioned that they wanted this fight. They begged for it and begged for it and begged for it, and then 2 days before the fight, you know, Crystal retires. So these are just the kind of things that people don't see, that us matchmakers deal with, and what we handle. You know, on a 36-hour notice, I had to come up with another fighter who was willing to step in as close to weight as possible and have their medicals ready, have, you know, all of their licensing done, and we're able to just jump on a plane and fly halfway across the country to get in a bare knuckle fight, you know. Like, these are the type of females we have, and man,
I literally said the same thing. I said that I'm not to say that the original fight wasn't going to be better, but this, to me, this match, like I told you too about Gabby, Styles, or just all fighters, obviously Styles make fights. And then when I seen that one announced, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good fight. Like they're gonna go at it the whole time, and exactly what it was. It was another you know, masterful execution by both of them.
They did great.
That was a fight I was super proud of, man. I was just like, okay, girls, you made me look good tonight. I got so many messages of people sending me, you know, saying, you know, great fight, good call. So glad you brought her in, you know, and stuff like that makes me want to get them back in there as soon as possible, because I know that they, like Christina Chris taking this fight, and Crystal, I got to tell you, up until 15 minutes before her boarding time at the airport, I still had nobody to fill the fight. And Crystal was like, Jewlz, you know, don't make me come to the fight if you're not going to be able to find a replacement or an opponent, you know. And I was like, you just got to believe in me. Do you believe in me? Do you trust me? If you do, get the hell on that flight. Like, and she's like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm just like, get the hell on the flight. I'll have an opponent by the time you land. And she's like, you know, she was freaking out. I know the whole flight. Her husband was texting me. It was just all around, you know, such a stressful time, I think, for everyone there. But by the time she landed, I did have her. I mean, Christina Christ is so professional, you guys. Within 2 hours, she was getting her blood work done. Within 2 hours, she was already packed, ready to hop on the plane, had signed her contract. I mean, she was within 6 pounds of making weight. She started cutting weight immediately, flew the whole time she was cutting weight, and still came in and made weight. And that's one of the reasons why I say there is no excuse for these athletes not to make weight.
No.
That's
their job.
In 36 hours, she cut weight on her flight to the fight.
I know, and who does that? I mean, especially on the flight on top of that. But Crystal is another one that I think is going to be really special with BKFC. She's very likable. She's very, very she's very, very likable. There are a few people who have some heat with her. There are a few people who have some heat with her already, which as we all know, heat equals ticket sales equals, the potential good fight. So no problem there. But, she just has this great look. She has a great look for BKFC. And I think that she's another welcome addition with us. And she had a nice little baptism under fire. I mean, she didn't come out of that fight unscathed in any way, man. She came out bloodier than Christina did.
And she's in my inbox already asking me if she can fight next month.
Really?
I mean, and I do got to tell you, Christine and I were watching that fight together, and Christine was like, you know what? She's like, Krista's coming in. She's coming in. She hasn't had a whole lot. She hasn't been actively training. She's like, I don't know if this fight is going to be able to last 2 or 3 rounds, or if it's going to be able to go 5. She's like, I mean, for them, I hope it does, but she's like, man, it's going to be difficult, because I know how I would feel just getting a 36-hour notice. She's like, I would definitely take it, but I don't know what it would look like, And
it was the only fight of the night that went 5 rounds. It was the only fight of the night that went 5 rounds.
And then it was super excited, and neither girl gave up, and it was just action, bell to bell action. Mm-hmm. And so after the fight, Christine ended up shooting some money over to Christina Christ. And she said, as the champ of BKFC, this is how I want women in our division to perform. This is how I want them to act, the professionalism I want them to have. And so she's like, I think it should be rewarded. And she shot her over some money for everything that she did that night, which I thought was amazing in the way that I see our women's division. Both of our women are champs that way. I've seen Britton do crazy good things for all the other fighters. I've seen Christine do it. They both are nonstop giving other athletes advice, and they're helping them. And that's the way we want our BKFC champions to be and, represent us.
Personally, Christine's growth is probably one of the most inspiring stories when it comes to BKFC. I remember her start. I remember how bad she wanted on that first card. I remember we had the second card all set up. Everything was good. Everything was good to go. And unfortunately, it didn't go, her way. I remember how upset she was. And I remember, Christine, she was having difficulties finding a solid place to live. She had a couple bucks in her pocket. She was literally living the quintessential fighter's life, living dollar to dollar, place to place. But her resolve never stopped. Never, ever stopped. Never stopped.
And this is one of the things that I was talking to Gabby about as well following this fight. An athlete, some of our fighters, especially, and you see the story of Christine and everything, they're so resilient, and they come from places that a lot of people just could not imagine. And really, they come from places that a lot of people would fail at. And these athletes find some kind of power within them that's just so unique to make them who they are, that they drag themselves out of those depths of, despair and ultimately
those dark places,
really dark places, that they turn that into the most beautiful dance inside that ring. I mean, it's like I can't imagine how these fighters feel when they step in there and they're vulnerable to the world. Everybody sees if they didn't train. Everybody sees if they didn't give it their all. Everybody sees their pain. Everybody sees their, it's just a really vulnerable, transparent place to be. And they do it with such eloquence that it's just phenomenal to me. I really highly look up to every single one of these fighters that get in that ring. It takes so much.
Well, they turn calamity into opportunity. They turn calamity into opportunity. They turn the darkest places into the brightest places. Like you just said, they go from the darkest deep depths of hell to the outside the pearly gates with the belt over their shoulder, man. I absolutely love it.
just to relate to them just a tiny bit. Like when you go into a gym and you're lifting weights or whatever, and you're going to try to lift like heavier than you've ever lifted before, and you feel like everybody in the gym is watching you, and you're nervous, and you're like, oh, I hope I can perform, I hope I can do this. You don't want to drop it so anyone sees you. That little tiny bit of anxiety that you feel in the gym with just maybe a handful of random strangers, they're doing that in front of thousands of people. It's just insane the amount of resilience that these fighters have and the sacrifices that they put into it. It's commendable for sure.
Well, we know that you put this masterful we assume it's going to be hopefully the main event at Mohegan Sun. But what else do you have going down the line? What dream fights do you have that you want coming up for 2024? You don't have to give it away, but what would be a dream fight? Because I know, and I think you mentioned it last time you were on here, but I know we've also talked about it as well, and you wanting to do an all-women's card this year. So if you could have, well, I'm not going to say if, when you have your all-women's card this year, who is your main event and co-main event?
You know what? I'm definitely going to have an all-women's card. I think I want another year of development before I put that on, because I want it to be the most outstanding card that we've ever had.
Makes sense.
And in order to do that, I really think we need to develop our women fighters to where every single female fight is exciting, right? So we need to weed out some of the ones that aren't. I need to figure out and take responsibility for some of the fights that I'm putting together where the styles just really don't match. I need to hone in on and be more precise on the matches that I put together in order to produce the most exciting female fights we've ever seen. And I think once I perfect that, and once the other female fighters perfect their bare knuckle technique, getting from the transition of MMA and the transition of boxing, then I think we come together to do that female card so that every single fight is fireworks. And I've learned a lot. Just like these athletes, I've been set on my ass a couple of times putting these female fights together where I really thought they were going to go one way. I really thought they were going to be really intense, and then they're, a few of them are just like the styles they didn't match, or I ended up mismatching a fight that I really thought, wasn't one-sided at all.
I was excited about this past main event. I'll say it. I love Gabby. Obviously, everybody knows. I like Jod as well. But I thought it was going to be a good fight. I can't lie. It didn't happen to be. It just, sometimes it happens. Sometimes, someone's not, there all the way, or they're not, their heart's not in it all the way that day, or something happened, or.
Well,
I don't know. I think her heart was in it.
No, I'm not saying her. I'm just saying in general. No. Not her. I'm just saying.
No, not at all. Her heart was.
No, of course.
Was beaten.
Here's the thing, though. At the end of the day, these female fights always fall back on me, right? How these girls look in there, it always falls back on me. I need to spend some more time with these girls, getting to know them very in depth personally, so that I put them in the best situations possible for their career. And that's something I'm very motivated on doing. I want every single female that I sign to be able to have an opportunity, the best opportunity, and the best doors open for them to get title shots and change their careers forever. And in order to do that, I have to make the best fights, and some of them have to be very challenging, and some of them have to be hard, and some of them do have to be last minute. It is what it is. But if it's an opportunity that I know could change someone's life, and what could that fight have done for Gabriel had she won?
Right?
It would have really exploded her career. The risk to reward on that fight, in my
Yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
was very worth it.
We took it, you know.
Definitely a calculated risk.
Some fights
Definitely a calculated risk. Absolutely. Absolutely. But the funny thing about the thing about it is, okay, I think when you're talking about an all women's card, the dynamic of an all women's card in bare knuckle is so much more intriguing than anything than any other sport. It truly is, because you know how quickly a fight can turn sour. You know how quickly a fight can turn your way. The directions that a fight can go in a bare knuckle fight, as opposed to anything else. I swear to God, I never say that a fight is on tracks when it comes to bare knuckle fighting. I look at a bare knuckle fight as just two tanks going at each other, because they're not on the tracks, they're not on the road, they're just clacking along, and anybody can take that one shot and take out your armored division just like that. So that's why I think that there needs to be big star power, as always. I could foresee Paige Van Zandt finishing out her BKFC, I guess you could say, finishing out on an all-female card. I could see her, finally finishing out her responsibility with BKFC on an all-female card. I could see that.
I mean, you can never say that wouldn't happen. I know Paige is definitely more focused on other things in her life right now.
Which we know. Yes.
Hey,
but
if
you were asking like what my dream fight would be with Paige Van Zandt, it would be Beck Rawlings. I would like to see Paige Van Zandt and Beck Rawlings fight.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah. That's
when will we ever see? Oh my God! I can't believe I'm having this brain fart right now. Oh my God!
Smoke more, Tony. Smoke more. There you go.
When will we see? God damn it! I see both of their faces in my head. One of them fought Paige, and the other one fought. God damn it! The God damn it. The girl that Christine fought in MMA as well.
Pearl Gonzalez.
There you go. Pearl versus, so one of my dream fights has always been Pearl. God, I can't believe this is happening. Pearl versus the other Spanish
Rachel
girl from New York.
Ostrovich.
Those
I knew
two.
it.
Okay. There's some intrigue in that. There's some intrigue in that.
I would love to see that fight.
Yeah.
Will that be something that could ever happen, you think?
Gotta have dollar signs.
Oh, God damn it, Howie. You just messed my whole life up.
Oh!
Well, I wasn't allowed to release that bombshell, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sure it's online, but God damn it. You just met. All right. Well, but we're talking 2025, so you already have the kid.
But you know what I would love to see also? I would love to see Rachel Ostrovich versus Christine Faria since they did fight in MMA. I would love to see that rematch and that builds up, in bare knuckle. But I agree, Pearl Gonzalez and Rachel Ostrovich would be one hell of a fight. Yeah.
I love it.
It'd have to be interesting to get her.
You know who else I'm ready to see back in? I'm ready to see Jessica Borga back in. It's been around.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see her over there training over in Tampa with Shift MMA and everybody over there. So she looks like she's getting ready. She's ready for war.
Another very intriguing fight. I'd love to see
possibly seeing her on the Tampa card.
Oh.
No, okay.
It's almost like the feet froze on her face. She's like,
I know your eyes.
He's always trying to figure out someone's secrets.
Yeah. Hey, I'm usually pretty good.
Well, I know, because all you do is this, and for some reason people just spill their shit when they see you do that. I don't know. I wish I was that slick. I'm not. But okay, so we've got a lot of interesting matches. We've got a lot of interesting fights that are coming up. 2024. easily going to be the biggest year for BKFC. In fact, we're going to start sounding like a broken record. 2025 comes up, it's going to be better. 2026 comes up. I mean, it's going to be absolutely big. Now, here comes the test of Jewlz. Here comes the real big test, and what I would like to see, even though it's going to be a very difficult division to match up. When are we finally going to see the big girls of the heavyweight division make their BKFC debut? I am foaming at the mouth thinking of the opportunity of the possibilities.
Cruiserweights.
Well, you know what? Right now I'm working on, so I've done a pretty good job of getting some pretty stacked girls in 115 division. 125 has been very difficult, to say the least. Every 125 girl that I come across is just not having it. And I keep telling Christine I think it's all her fault, but you know.
Well, I can say that for sure.
130, you know that for sure?
Well, I was going to say, well, not Gabby, because she's game to fight anybody, but I do have two other prospects that are MMA fighters. I'm trying to get them to transition over to bare knuckle, and they both said not until Misfit retires. So,
ooh.
so she's, I need Misfit to go to 135.
You know, I'm at the point where I'm having to offer some really good money to bring in for her.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's where I'm at. Like, nobody, it's crazy because I've never seen a champion at the top that has to call out people to come for her own title.
I know.
And it is what it is. True. I mean, they want me to solve this mystery of how to build that division, but it's no mystery. You know, it's either I have to get a lot of money brought to the table for females to step up to Christine, or, you know, Christine has to move to the 135 division to let me build the 125 division. So those are our two options.
Who would you like to put her in the 135 division against if you were to?
You know what? I want to get Katarina her debut, and then I would really like to see Christine make her 135 debut against Katarina.
Nice.
And I know Katarina's 100% game. She came in wanting to fight Christine right away. So, you know, that's insane.
Yeah.
For, you know, for a girl to come in immediately wanting to fight her. Heather Hardy the same way. You know, she's not hesitating whatsoever. She's just like, when I originally reached out to Heather about fighting for us and fighting bare knuckles, she didn't even question who the opponent was. She didn't, you know, there was nothing about it. And then it was pretty funny because I was like anticipating that I was gonna tell her, okay, you know, I'm willing to pay this much, but your debut fight is going to be against Christine Faria. And I was like wondering how she was going to take that, you know, and she beat me to the punch. She was like, Jewlz, I want to go for Christine. She's like, I want Christine. I want the smoke. She's like, I'm the best of the best in boxing. I want the best of the best in bare knuckles. She's like, I want to hit the scene making some noise, and that's the way I'm going to do it. And so I don't know if you guys saw it, but David Feldman did announce, you know, this fight is going to be for the Queen of Violence belt. So,
yes. Nice. Yes. Yes, she did. She wants the smoke. Well, Heather, I'm gonna tell you something, Heather. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a fan of Heather Hardy, but let me tell you something. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get a lot of smoke. Now I know that that's the exciting fight, but As far as I'm concerned, the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight of the women's division is the one that I think it's just going to be difficult to put it together, and I think that's everybody wants Christine and Cyborg. I know that is the one to make, but I always knew when it comes to the difficulty of putting that match together that all the difficulty was on Cyborg's end, actually making this happen, because we're bringing over her to this world. And she takes the chance in this world. I mean, she's trying to make a name for herself in boxing. She's doing she's doing a fantastic job there. And just thinking about what she would do. Remember how so many years ago she set the MMA world on its ear with the first ever female main event when she fought Gina Carano. It's going to be so interesting to finally see that come full circle and see that happen when she toes the line finally against Christine.
I'd like to see Gina Carano in here as well.
Hell yeah.
But
yes.
As far as Cyborg goes, we're not that far away. We're not that far away from securing that fight, to be honest with you. We're on and off in negotiations with that. We've made a very, very, very fair offer. David is sparing no expense on this fight. It's definitely something that we're going to make it worth her while. And I think it's only a matter of time before that gets secured. I know that originally, even when we went to go speak with her, she was kind of shooting for the fight to be towards the end of the year anyways. So I think we're kind of going to wait that out a little bit and hopefully secure it before the end of this year.
I see this happening.
I do too.
Bkfc 75, Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Wow.
Oh, that would be a great place for
AT&T Stadium, man. That's
AT&T, home of America's team.
Oh man, that would be incredible.
It's a great place for me.
My dog right
Hey! Why did we think otherwise? Of course we were going to see the Misfit make an appearance.
Why weren't y'all that excited to talk to me?
Huh?
Why weren't y'all that excited to talk to me?
Well, why didn't you come in on camera like she did? Come on.
I know you. Well, we did have her.
Come on, Jewlz. Let's see some champ smoke from you. Let's see some champ smoke from you.
That's what were you doing? Playing Uno with me on the other side while you were waiting?
I know, right? She drops it like Candyman. Somebody say my name 3 times.
I was making
you were
fun
calling
of
me a dog or
Lorenzo.
something? What were you saying?
Yeah. I said this was DJ Tony.
Yeah. And I was trying to mimic her, but then I noticed Lorenzo thought that I was like acting like I was going to sleep on him. Yeah. Like I was sleeping on him.
Lorenzo. That's what I was doing when I was bored in the waiting room for you guys.
I seen Jewlz on the live. She was sitting next to Misfit.
Yep.
What do you mean she was hiding, Howie?
No, she's doing all right. She's doing all right. Well, there's just so much exciting. There's so much exciting things going on. We're so happy about hearing your positivity about the fight of the century, which will definitely, I think, take us. That's the kind of fight that would take us to the next strata. There's so many matchups that you can make that it goes beyond just brand recognition. It's a defining moment of the sport.
Here's the thing. It's a huge transition. It's a huge step to bring in.
It is.
I'm going to say higher end athletes who are more experienced than what we have right now, not better athletes. Because I'm telling you that I think people are going to be wrong to say that athletes that come in that have more experience are going to do better against our fighters. That's not always the truth on this world, and a lot of people do not understand that. But to bring in some of these more experienced boxers and experienced athletes from MMA and bring them over, transition them over, I think we're going to see that Bkfc honestly has the original fighters,
Mm-hmm.
the original athletes that BKFC produced, their own superstars are going to be the ones holding the belts for a very long time.
And some of the toughest, and some of the pound for pound toughest athletes, combat sports athletes in the world. I mean,
Right.
legitimately just the toughest. I mean, it's just, but this is a little bit different that we were talking about, because we're talking about the Misfit, which in my opinion, most dominant champion that we've ever had, but she would be stepping into the squared circle with the most decorated combat sports female fighter in the history of combat sports.
And look, that's the thing. And that's the thing I want everybody to recognize too. We have, other females who are fighting above their weight class. Christine is about to go 3 weight classes up. You know what I'm saying? If your champ is willing to do the same thing that every single one of you girls are, you've got Lorenzo. Look at Lorenzo. He's vacating 2 belts to go up to heavyweight.
Yep.
Just to show that they have that resilience and they have that heart to do whatever it takes to get fights, make exciting, debuts, and solidify their names as true champions, challenge themselves to the highest degree.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
100%. That is that it's going to be a great fight. I mean, that is that casino, I believe, from what I've heard. I've never been there myself, but I think it's the biggest casino in the United States or something like that.
What, Mohegan Sun? You never been to Mohegan Sun? Oh man,
No,
dude, it's amazing. It's amazing. You're gonna feel. There are certain casinos around the world that have a big fight feel to them. I've done Mohegan Sun probably about 5 or 6 times, and every time that I did Mohegan Sun, I always felt like it was a big deal. And I even did simple things. like Showbox, which isn't the highest strata of Showtime Championship Boxing, but even in the Showbox shows that we did at Mohegan Sun felt big. It's absolutely, Chancey. It's a legendary facility, and you're going to see that, Tony. It's big. It's really great.
We will see. I don't know. I might be home watching. Who knows? But
I'm really excited about Mohegan Sun. I've heard it's going to be an amazing, stunning place.
Yeah, I'll be there regardless.
The crowd was going to be.
I gotta support my dog. I'll be there regardless. But yeah, I mean, can't wait to see everything you got going on. I know you got some stuff up your sleeve. So we'll have to try to bring you back in like 3 weeks when you're allowed to release some stuff. DJ Tony hears things all the time. I hear you got some nice, not from you, but I hear there's some good fights coming up. So we gonna see. But
what the hell are you doing, Tony? You're acting like Dracula.
Yeah, you look like you're casting a spell.
I know.
I was trying out my new light. I was trying out my new light, and it's like it's hitting me in my eyes. So I'm kind of like I'm getting dizzy at this point now. I keep trying to reach to turn it off, but I can't find the switch, and it's blinding me.
Oh man.
So yeah. Anyways.
Hey, you guys, I do have something really exciting. So in LA, LA on 4/27, Rasha is going to be there with the Rasha Dome, and they will be doing like sessions for all of the athletes, VIP, all of the staff members.
Yeah, how about the ring announcer who memorizes the tagline each and every time without even looking at the fucking card? You better upgrade to champion mindset with Rasha. Shit.
There you go. There you go. You know what? It's gonna be really cool. No, it's super cool. Like I've experienced this thing myself. Christine's experienced it. We absolutely love it. David Feldman came in, he experienced it. Sean Wheelock came in, he experienced it. Both of which testified that they 100% love the Rasha. David came in before his meeting with Dana White and came into the Rasha and said that he went in there and bossed that meeting out. And he gave a lot of credit to the Raja. So I'm super excited to be able to put my friends in there and, you know, all of the athletes, because I know that this thing makes a huge difference in people's lives. So
Ooh, I want to do that
very
before I go
exciting.
live. That'll loosen up Mr. Live Worldwide for the Peacock Theater. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Absolutely, you have to do it.
Hell yeah. Well,
What is
it's
it?
done. It's done. It's done.
I've never looked into it. What is, does it like put you into the Matrix or something, or is it like?
Well, it's like, so without me going into like the scientific details of it, because look, the inventor of this is a quantum physicist, and usually when he talks about what this thing really does, I don't understand 50% of what he's saying. All
Only
I
he
do
does.
is
Only he does.
understand. Yeah, I mean, I understand that when I get in it, how it makes me feel. It's really good for, you know, consciousness. It's really good for meditation. It's really good for manifestation. It's really good for visualization. This thing, Sean Wheelock, when he described it, you know, him and David had been on very long travels to get to Vegas. They came off the flights. They had meetings with the commission. They were very tired. They went into the Raja for 15 minutes, and they both said that they felt like they slept for 9 hours. They had energy beyond belief. They came out, they felt energized. They felt healthy. They felt whole. They felt, I mean, they were happy. And when, you know, when David experienced it, David just said that he really felt like it just heightened his boss senses, you know, like he just felt like an absolute boss walking out of there. Christine, if you watch all of her fights, her last fight, she was so loose. She was laughing in there. She was playing with Beck Rawlings. And you see they're laughing and talking in the middle of the ring. You've never seen Christine like that. You know what, Chansey? Is that Chansey? It does.
Yeah.
It's
I was
like
thinking the same thing. That's why I'm like,
it is. It's similar to, I mean,
mushrooms.
So it uses sound waves, you know, like sound waves that penetrate your brain. And I know it's based on like Nikola Tesla, you know, the studies that he did with sound waves and how it can heal you and heal your body and your mind. You know, these guys, when you're there, Jeff, and when you're there, Tony, they'll explain it in a lot better, more scientific way.
Sounds like existential. It almost sounds like an existentialistic experience. It's kind of like a transcendence. It's like you leave yourself.
It's very enlightening. It's very enlightening. It offers a lot of clarity. It really gets you focused. And, you know, I have ADHD. It really helps me out a lot with it. But there's just so many things, like different wavelengths and different frequencies that help you. And DJ Tony, you'll be the one to know. You work with music all day long and with sounds and beats and stuff like that. Like, this should really intrigue you, because it's using music to really reconstruct like your thinking patterns and what your body is capable of doing.
Music can put you in or out of whatever mood you want to be in. So I believe it. I definitely want to try it for sure. And I mean, I've never been in the Matrix, so I want to see what that's all about.
I know you want to take that red pill.
You know, some people they just get really enlightened in there, and the experience really depends on what you're struggling with and what your own demons are. You know, I don't know. You might get in there and cry.
Is it like
or
one
you
of
might
those?
get in there and
Is
laugh.
it like a ball chamber? Like one of them ball chambers? Do you actually like sit in something and it's like?
Yeah, so like it's a whole dome, and then it has like a door.
So I think I've seen it on. I don't know if you watch. You probably don't, but Cobra Kai.
Oh, it's like kind of like that hyperbaric chamber, kind of, right? Kind of like a closed-in chamber.
No,
it's not a sensory
like
deprivation chamber.
It's like an igloo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it has 2 chairs inside of it. And then you lay in the chairs, and they're like 0 gravity chairs, and they have like vibration and stuff that goes with the frequencies. Arnold, if you're in Vegas, you need to come to Raja and I'll get you in now, like this weekend.
Yes, there
You
you go.
are going to love it for real. I'll get it all sponsored and make sure that you have, as many sessions as you want for free.
There you go, big dog.
DMT, I like that.
You will have Arnold Adams. Oh, no, Arnold's he's at, I think, football camp somewhere.
Is he?
He's in Chi-Town. Yeah, he's in Chi-Town.
Oh.
Well, we'll have to try to make that happen. You
I'm
trying to be in the Matrix, Arnold? There you go.
Don't feel.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, Jewlz. I used to think that I was ADHD, but then I just realized that I just have too many options. And that's what.
As long as when I'm in there, I can woosah. I'm like woosah. Then I'm good. Yeah, there you go. He's at
I won't judge you one single bit for anything you do in there, Tony. You just woosah away.
You might regret that statement there, Jewlz. Because now you just gave him gave him incentive to do something really fucked up.
Does it sit near a jacuzzi?
It's beautiful. They have waves. They have frequencies for almost every single thing imaginable. Like if you're having anxiety, if you're having fear, if you're having depression, bipolar, like just every single thing you could even come up with that may, performance anxiety. My family's having tons of fun without me. You hear them in there?
I hear them. Let us let you go then. I know we wasted 20 minutes of your time, so I feel bad.
There ain't no wasting time.
No.
No,
I love you guys. I love coming on here. I love discussing the females. I love discussing Bkfc. I love you, Arnold Adams. You're one of my faves. And you guys, thank you for letting me come on.
Of course. Now you said Rasta, but do you have any other people you want to shout out?
Yeah, who are your shout outs?
My beautiful smile makeover.
There you go.
Bless. Look how straight
it does look beautiful.
I'm telling you, seriously, this dentist, he's amazing. He changed my life with a smile, and I mean that. Like,
I love the prank you guys pulled on him.
I know.
See that?
I know. That was so funny. That was so funny. I love that.
Oh my gosh!
He was like, nah, no, you guys got to be kidding me with, right?
And let me tell you something. I absolutely have the worst anxiety going to dentists, which is one of the reasons probably why I didn't have the most perfect teeth in the beginning, because just the anxiety of going. I've always felt very uncomfortable in dentist's office. I've always been scared as hell, to be honest with you. Like someone putting those freaking tools in your mouth and the drilling sounds and all of that stuff. Like, it's just, to me, it was a very stressful situation. But I met Osama online, and I instantly just had this incredibly amazing, good energy from him and vibe that was just outstanding. I trusted my intuition, and I went to him and I met him. I flew all the way from Vegas to Dallas, and I'm telling you, this was the best decision that I ever made. I went to Dallas. As soon as I stepped into his office, it was the most warm greetings, accepting feeling. Like it was so inviting, so comfortable. And then more than anything, I felt so safe there, and let me tell you, his team, they put me in the chair, and the work that they had to do took 11 hours. And he and his staff volunteered to take a break in the middle of the work, and we all went out to eat and came back to the office at 8:00 at night, and they stayed until my mouth was finished. They didn't send me home. They didn't bring me back for another appointment. Nothing like that. Like, that is literally the team and the people that he has in that office. And they are truly the best. I'm telling you, I highly recommend them to anyone and everyone. My entire family will be going there. I fly my kids there. I fly there. Christine flies there. He is the only dentist that will touch us. Period.
Nice. Yeah, I got some prices from Misfit already. So by the end of the year, I might finally have. That's my one thing that I've always hated was like my bottom teeth, like smiling wise. That's why I always just smile like, or I don't like to show my bottom teeth. So yeah, that's definitely one of my goals for this year is to get my mouth fixed.
I am 100% a candidate for a full mouth
Yeah,
restoration.
and
I am full.
Yep.
I am full on a candidate for full mouth
Oh
restoration.
shit, Chauncey says.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate you coming on. Anytime you got anything to say, go ahead and just hit me up and we'll bring you on. It doesn't matter if it's during the day, anything. If you want to release something, it could be 1 a.m. We can go live. Just let me know.
Fuck yeah.
We got you. But thank you for coming on, and we will definitely be talking soon. Will you be in Miami?
Absolutely.
There it is.
All right. Well, then I will see you in Miami.
All right. See you guys there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Good
Jewlz.
night.
Good night. All right, man. Good guest today. Good guest. Jewlz looking absolutely gorgeous with her new Hollywood smile. Loving it.
Whoa. You get the Misfit after you.
Hey, man. It's just a compliment. It's just a compliment. Don't get my ass in trouble with the Misfit there, Tony. What the fuck, man?
But yeah, 2 great guests. Got to hear what Lorenzo's going to, saying he's going to stay on his streak and get that 3rd title. And then, like you said, Jeff, maybe he might turn around and come back for that 205 when he's done again.
I'm gonna tell you, it's like talking to the brain from Pinky and the Brain. What are we gonna do tonight, Brain? Same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world.
There you go.
I'm telling you, he's got a world domination plan. He's got a world domination plan. But before we cut it tonight, I'd like to do a quick recap on Bkfc Prospect Series Canada. First thing I want to do is I want to give a shout out to the Enoch Cree Nation and everybody with the River Cree Resort and Casino. Let me tell you something. They were fabulous. They were absolutely fabulous. They were so. They were just so happy to have us there. I mean, you could and the fans, they're just all the people that showed up ahead of time. The Canadian fans were raucous. I mean, they were just absolutely out of their minds awesome about the fights. They absolutely ate it up. And if there was ever a night that we were going to have a full night of finishes, I am so happy that it was our Canadian debut. I'm so happy that it happened there. The judges didn't have to do shit the entire night, man. We had a finish every single fight, 10 fights, 10 knockouts and everything. Dave was actually good enough to actually have given a few small bonuses out. Now, the bonus structure is very, very different as opposed to the fight nights or the numbered shows, because once again, that these are up and comers that they're trying to see if they can fit the Bkfc company culture. But nonetheless, he was able to give out some bonuses, some decent bonuses to some of the fighters. He did that today on the Bkfc show. But probably, in my opinion, the 2 that stood out the most are the same 2 that he mentioned. And that was Chad Lucanis. I'm going to tell you, Chad Lucanis probably got the pop of the night. Absolutely, Canadian, as well as representing. As well as representing the Filipino nation. So, very, very, I just absolutely just cursed a little bit more than what I'm used to. And that's saying a lot for a Bkfc fighter. But he definitely let Dave know that he is contract ready and contract bound. And then we probably saw, in my opinion, which absolutely could be a candidate for knockout of the year already. That was Hassan Al-Khadim. He knocked out Dalton Steibel. They had an intense stare down at the final face-off.
That was a good one.
There was legitimate heat between these 2 guys. This was the one fight, I'm not going to lie, I wanted to see go 5 rounds. When you got this kind of legitimate heat and the start that these guys had, in the fight. They absolutely ran right into each other like two fucking bulls, not caring if their horns entangle. And it was a great couple of rounds, but I don't think that Dalton should have given Hassan that distance, because Hassan backed up and gave that beautiful 1-2 combination, and then that was it. It was just so pretty. So I definitely know knockout of the night definitely went to Hassan Akhanim. Tyler Tremblett, another fantastic fighter. We had
our main man, Jeremiah Riggs.
Oh my God. Oh my God. See, Jeremiah was very, very smart, because something bad happened early in the fight. He got cut really bad. Yeah. And he knew that he was going to be on borrowed time with that cut. It was in a bad spot, and blood was literally pouring right into his eye. Into his eye. And if he had been allowed to keep that exposed, I honestly believe that the fight probably wouldn't have made it to the second round. I think that Doc Muzzy would have probably stopped that. So, no, we're going to talk about Polk. We're going to talk about Sam Polk. We're going to get to him, Mr. Qualman. But he knew that he did, so he put his foot on the gas, and he absolutely walked him down and got the win. I was so happy to see him get the win, because, with that unfortunate injury that he had that sidelined him for over a year, it was just so wonderful. And he had been through so much. I mean, he had literally had the travel day from hell getting to there. They lost his luggage. He was just, the weight cut was very, very difficult on him, getting to, and that's another thing. Everybody made weight. Everybody on the card made weight. We were so proud. We were so proud of our fighters. Everybody made weight, no problem in the end. But he gets the win, and it gets him back into the winner's circle. I'm so happy for Jeremiah Riggs. And then, of course, our main event with Jade Masong Wan. Jade, another another contender. She is absolutely an upcoming contender. I think one more fight with Jade, and I think that she is ready for the Misfit.
And I believe that fight has to be the rematch. I mean, like when we had her. Oh no, you weren't. I forgot I interviewed her solo. That was during the day.
Yes, you did
interview that one time. But yeah, she like she said, she wants Bison's. She wants that rematch back, that fight back.
She wants to run that back.
I think that'd be the next good fight.
She wins that fight. She wins that fight. There's no reason not to put her in title contention. Yeah. There's no reason not to put her in title contention.
Definitely, she had a dominant performance. I'll say it for myself. Even though, like everyone knows, I manage Gabby, but she definitely, definitely came in and stuck to her game plan and grabbed Gabby right away, which was very, very smart, and didn't let her use her boxing and took her out. And
she gave her no space. She gave her absolutely no space, and she used the small ring to her advantage. Yeah. She used the smaller ring.
It was very smart, very, very clean victory. It was a good win, and like I said, it has to be Bison's next, and then after that, we'll see who wins out of Misfits and
Hardy.
That's got to be that fight next.
That absolutely has to be the next fight. But I think we're gonna see Misfit fight. I think Misfit's gonna have at least three fights this year. She's gonna have Hardy. She's gonna have Hardy. Hopefully, she'll get Cyborg at the end of the year, and before Cyborg, she'll probably get Jade.
That sounds like a good year to me.
Sounds like a fantastic year for them.
All three of those fighters have a big following, so it would it all makes sense, It
absolutely does. Oh man, I gotta tell you what, Tony. Long day of travel tomorrow for Mr. Live Worldwide. Mr. Live Worldwide is heading to Poland tomorrow. He's heading to Poland. I got a long flight. I'm flying into Warsaw, and then a nice 2.5 hour drive to the town of Łódź, Poland, which is I've been there, actually, believe it or not, my third time. I'm going to be working with Clout MMA. And this is a very, very big organization as far as what they do, as far as giving social media icons the opportunity to fight. And these are a lot of really, really impressive social media icons, European as well as Polish. Probably some of the most impressive production that I've seen in a single event. I wouldn't be surprised if their budget was like $1 million per show. It's just really that impressive. They're going to end up getting sick. Oh no! This is the production on this compared to Gramda. There's no comparison. This is so much better, and they draw 17,000 people each and every time. So I'm really looking forward to this trip.
That sounds like it's going to be fun, buddy. I will be doing some traveling this weekend as well.
Yep.
Actually, Thursday is the B day, so I'll be flying on my birthday to Boston, to go up to Boston, to wear my Yankee gear proudly, and hope I don't get killed.
You might get shot, you might not.
Hope I don't get killed, but I'm gonna do it. For some boxing events, and they hired my company as well to do the ring models as well. So should be a fun fight. They have at least one card a month up in Boston and New Hampshire, and they're coming to Tampa as well. So I won't be able to be as fancy as you and go across the country, but I'll have a nice.
Oh, I'm going across the world. You're going across the country. I'm going across the world. I'm going across the world.
Worldwide.
That's what hey. But you're gonna have fun with that. That sounds like a fun show. We got our travels ahead of us, and as you can see on the lower third, let's go ahead and let's give a shout out to our sponsors. We got Billboard Mats. We got Billboard Mats, and our good buddy Tommy. Always turns out quality mats.
Live 21.
Delish. Love it every day.
And we got actually, like I was talking last week, a newer sponsor where actually I talked to Dave Cranston today. Something was happening with the website, so couldn't get location verified yet. But as of tomorrow, everything will be verified, and this will be the first venue in Florida to be a Bkfc watch party. So we will be hosting the Miami fights there, watch party for the Miami fights March 15th at 2118 Cigar Lounge in off of Del Prado Boulevard in Cape Coral, Florida. Actually, right down the street from where Swervo gets his haircut. So get a haircut first, and then come on over and watch the fights, guys.
That's awesome. That is wonderful news. That's good stuff, man. We got the watch party.
Our main man Zakari, who actually told me today for us to make sure that we both hit him up because he wants to send us out some more shoes. He's got in some new stock. So he said, go ahead and hit him up. I already gave him like 3 different shoes to try to find. So make sure you hit him up tomorrow. He's gonna get us some more heat. He said he's got to get you some new Jordan 1s for the weigh-ins. So
I know, and I love wearing the Zakari footwear for the weigh-ins. I get compliments. In fact, actually, this last time when we did the final face-offs, we actually had some of them that were begging to trade, and I said, number 1, no way. Number 2, you got big fucking feet, so it ain't gonna work.
You gotta get the black and yellow Jordan 4s. That's what's got to be next. Those are dope.
Okay.
Black,
I like that.
Jordan. You probably seen G and
No, I've seen them. Yeah, they got the Jordan 4s. Yeah.
So those are pretty dope. I was thinking about getting those for the BKFC fights, but I think I might have some old school. I might be taking it back to the 90s for maybe some Penny Hardaways or something for me. So we'll see.
I gotta see. I'm gonna talk to our guys with Zakari. I'm gonna see what kind of ideas they may have specifically for Mr. Live Worldwide about my next pair.
And I want to tell you, Jeff, we had the watch party this weekend, same location.
Yes.
Swervo came by.
Yep.
My cousin was there. A couple of our friends. What was I gonna say? Every single person there talked about and I'm gonna say the wrong word, but I'll just say your bow tie.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
that's not the correct word.
Upper tie.
Everybody was like, "Oh, that's dope," and I was telling them how you get them customized and all that. So why don't you go ahead and give yourself another shout out and let everybody know where Mr. Live gets his official ring gear.
Well, we're working on we have a suit sponsor that's in the process. We don't have information to release as of yet. But as far as the ties go, I can't sing enough praises to Ruta with Rudy Design. Rudy Design, you can see them at rudytie.com. That's RUTYTIE.com. Ruta is the innovator of the hopper tie. And that is, as you guys see, the bow tie that is turned inverted. So I have because everyone is so used to the horizontal bow tie, and it's been around, and the horizontal bow tie has been around literally for like 200 years. For like 200 years, that has been the standard. But then I started seeing Ruta with this design and turning the bow tie the other way. And when I saw that, it absolutely clicked with the way that I see things. Like when I see like a fashion statement, when I see something for myself that I want to kind of define as my cosmetic touch, I always look at it like, why does it have to go this way? Why can't it go that way? Why can't a bow tie go that way? And the funny thing is that there are so many people who haven't seen it before. They always ask, your bow tie is a little crooked right there. You might want to fix it before the next fight. I'm like, sir or madam, it's supposed to be that way. So I let them know that. But the designs are so fresh. And Ruta, she's based out of Lithuania. So not only does she have rudytie.com, but she also has Rudy Design, which is located at Etsy. That's where I originally found her on her Etsy.
Whoa, you can't be giving everybody your secrets, big dog. You gotta keep that.
No, I'm not. I'm not a big. Hey. There's a Mr. Live Worldwide line, and part of my responsibility is to push that line.
Oh, well, there you go.
Part of my responsibility is to push that line.
Buy your line yet? Or?
Absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely. If you want to own a tie that's just like Mr. Live Worldwide's, you absolutely can. You go once again, rudytie, RUTYTIE.com, and you can end up owning a piece of Mr. Live Worldwide's personal collection.
There you go. Well, you got to send me over that logo. Then we'll put it up with our sponsors as well.
Absolutely.
And, we'll have that running at the bottom as well for everybody to go ahead and be able to get themselves,
Yeah, of course I would let people wear those ties because I'm the innovator. Why would I be afraid? You're going to I'm going to tell you something. You're going to wear it. I'm going to be happy that you're wearing it, but I'm going to wear it better.
I think that at least once a quarter, how about quarterly, yearly, you go ahead and you let people know, like, this is going to be the tie for Knucklemania. You guys go and because that way you can get all the fans who want to wear it at the arena with you. You know what I mean?
No, I completely understand that. Cool. Well, yes, and I agree. I absolutely agree that would be good. We're not quite there yet, but it's definitely. I had actually spoken to Ruta about something like that, so that those styles can be ready for the big events. And we have talked about that before, so I absolutely would love to have something like that.
That'd be pretty cool, man.
It would. Well, Tony, I'm going to have to excuse myself, and I think that this is a good place to stop because I've got a very long day of travel tomorrow. But big thanks out to our special guest today, Jewlz, and the one and only, the #1 pound-for-pound bare knuckle fighter in the world, Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt, always making us feel good with his overabundance of positivity.
You know it. And we will have them on again, coming up in the future. Next week, we have the one and only, the boogeyman himself,
Oof.
coming on, and he's gonna say how he feels about what's going on in the heavyweight division and what's up next, maybe potentially for the one and only Boombaye himself. So we shall see. And then the other guest, I'm gonna keep it a secret.
Close to the chest.
I'll let you guys know on Saturday. How about that? The other guest. But yeah, definitely we'll have Arnold Adams on next week, and so that'll be another good show. He's always funny, and it's always a good one. So we shall see. But thank you again, Big Dog, and I will see you next Tuesday. You have a safe flight and safe show. Good show out there. And
Same
next Tuesday night, catch you again for another episode.
On the flip side.
Bones to Domes.
Serrano. Bones to domes, boy, the intention is not to hurt you, it's to murk you if you go against me in the square circle. Let my hands do the talking, I let you do the verbal. Eat this knuckle sandwich that a Chico about to serve you. Better listen up, the other team been talking tough. DJ Tony grabbed the mic cause this dude will not shut up. Ain't no standing name count, but I think I've had enough. In the famous words of Jeff Houston, time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Bones to dome, it's time to knuckle up. Take me up, I've been throwing uppercuts. Bones to dome's podcast, turn me up. It's time to knuckle up. You know it. With DJ Tony, it's time to knuckle up. Jeff Houston, it's time to knuckle up. I am Vince Serrano.
It's all about you.
It's time to knuckle up.
It's about how you make yourself different from the rest.
It's time to knuckle up. It's time to knuckle up. It's time to knuckle up.